And this is one of the things that we've been very, very focused on is player health and wellness. And so the travel time of having teams go over and play, and that's why you'd have to almost do it in that way to have 6 teams, because to have a team travel and go play in Paris for a game or 2 games and then come all the way back and part of an 82 season schedule, it would create more back-to-backs. It would create more 4 games and 5 nights, which we're actually trying to reduce. I'll tell you, the one interesting market internationally, when you think about expansion that we're thinking about and exploring, is Mexico City.
Yeah.
Mexico City is the largest city in North America. It is, again, they have a passion for basketball. In terms of time zones, it's a very easy trip to get in and get out of.
Yeah.
And so last year, for the first time, we played 2 regular season games in Mexico City. The Phoenix Suns were the host. We had the Spurs come down. We had the Dallas Mavericks come down, sold out both games. Next year, we're actually doing the same thing. We're having the Brooklyn Nets go play 2 games there against the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Miami Heat. And so we're now starting to play, and we're planning on playing more and more games in Mexico City, just to see if there's the appetite there and the ability for a market like Mexico City to potentially sustain an NBA franchise.
Let's talk about how social media figures into all this, because I have to imagine the ability of social media to disseminate, whether it's video clips or just enthusiasm for NBA basketball, has sort of been like gasoline to the fire, really accelerating, the development of fandom in many of these countries and in America, frankly. Is this an integral part of your strategy?
Very much so. So the NBA is #1 among sports leagues when it comes to social media followers on a global basis, 1.3 billion followers of the NBA globally. And I'd say that one of the reasons that it's been so popular is that it's authentic to our players.
Yeah.
Our players have been early adapters of social media generally, but then when you look at the specific platforms, whether it's Snapchat or going back to Twitter or Instagram, our players have been there first.
Yeah.
And they are leading the way when it comes to engaging directly with fans and consumers. And the fans and consumers who are consuming their content through social media are really of the age of our players.
Yeah.
And so there's this authentic ecosystem that's created there, and it's just taken off in ways that we could not even imagine.
The league has taken a rather hands-off approach, it seems, in terms of protecting its copyright online. When people are posting, and I've done it. I've put some clips of Russell Westbrook, 360s up online, and I don't get a stern notice from you. Not every league has been like that. Not every sport is like that. Certainly not every intellectual property is like that. Why has the NBA made this calculation that, we're going to let this fly a little bit?
Yeah, look, I think what you're seeing is when you're a fan and you engage in that way, and that shows how passionate you are about the game, and I think it creates promotional opportunities for us. We recognize that our most valuable piece of content is the live game experience and the live game, and so we're very protective of that. However, all of the other ancillary programs, whether it's clips of games, highlights, incredible plays, which our sport is so suited for in terms of those highlights, those things all serve to drive interest in the game, hoping that if you post that, many of your friends will go, wow, that was incredible. This Russell Westbrook guy is amazing. When's he on TV? I've got to watch and I've got to tune in to see what Russell Westbrook is doing. And so it's a great promotional vehicle for us.
And it probably adds some authenticity. I mean, it's a little different if your friends are kind of referring you to the great clip as opposed to like the corporate hand of the NBA coming in forward and saying it.
Absolutely right. And one of the things that we're doing too is not just relying on the consumer-generated content, which is incredible and very valuable, but we're also working very closely with, again, Snapchat to discover channels, or Twitter to create our own customized content and programs for Twitter customers. Facebook Live, we're broadcasting our D-League games there. We broadcast USA basketball games there. We've even done games internationally. A Sacramento Kings game in India, we broadcast on Facebook Live there. So we're doing lots of different experiments with those social platforms.